Hi, it's Eric D. Walowitz, and welcome to Real Real Estate.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sally, and today I'm going to talk a little about real estate with Eric D. Walowitz. Eric, what do you know about real estate? What can you tell us about your experience? And why is it important to let people know the real side about real estate?
That was a lot, but I could take it. What do I know about real estate? I do know a good amount. I've been licensed for 17 years, done everything from hotels to residential to land, right? And openly, I admit I'm a nerd, so I do a lot of reading about real estate. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I'm quite confident that the reason for this entire podcast venture is because of the industry. And it's really, people need to know what's real and what's not real at all, because I'm sorry, the public, in my opinion, didn't get a great education from realtors before us. Okay, so there's a lot of things that go into real estate, and a lot of agents just don't tell their people. They don't tell their clients. They don't, yeah. So you can see that I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Real estate, there's 90,000, 70,000 realtors in Maricopa County. And I don't know, 1,000 do all of the business. And it's not just something to do for fun. People need to know this is a real thing. It's people's largest purchase sometimes. Sometimes it's a huge thing in their investment portfolio. Sometimes they're first-time home buyers. Sometimes they inherit the property. The whole point of me getting in this industry, to be honest with you, was because I did not like how realtors were presenting the industry. And so I thought, hey, let's be real. It's called real estate. Let's be real about it. There's no salesmanship. It's just, this is us. And I think that's a really good reason to actually say why we rebranded from the Walowitz Group to Vibe.
Right. Yeah. You have told me before why real estate is so much more than a business, right? What do you think is like that emotional value that real estate brings to the table? Because we're not only talking about money, right? We're talking about changing people's lives and truly be part of their story. What do you think about that?
Literally what real estate is about. We're not in it for the transaction. Okay. And why it's so important, and how it comes into my personal life, basically, and what I do say to you is that this is not a job. This is a lifestyle. And the reason it's a lifestyle is because you have to live, breathe, eat, sleep, all of it, real estate. My wife, Lisa, gets messages from 6 a.m. until 9. The first lead she ever got was me answering a Yelp inquiry at 4 a.m. So yeah, you gotta live it, you know. The really successful agents, and we've been fortunate enough to be in that category, live their lives not based around real estate, but they wrap real estate around their own lives. And look, we just got 7 referrals from like Lisa's friends and stuff. I can tell you this, emotionally, it takes a toll. It does. I'm 38. I got more gray hair than Santa Claus. Like, it's unbelievable. But it's a big deal. You're dealing with people that, hey, they don't know anything. This is the first time. This is a lot of their money, you know? And so that's why I think we're, for lack of a better term, pretty obsessive compulsive about making sure that everything's perfect. I don't know if you have anything to add to that about things being perfect, maybe alignments being centered and whatnot. Like, but Sally, you know how OCD, like, yo, this and this I am. And you know that Lisa is too. And so that's kind of how our lives have transpired into real estate, and also how real estate has kind of fit in very well to our lives. And I work with my wife. I say I live with her. I love the shit out of her. And we're just tired. We're tired of people not being real. Her and I. I can't wait for her to be honest, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I really want to know Lisa's point of view on everything that we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, I think that organization and discipline are the purest expression of doing what you love, honestly. And that could be referred to life, work, and in this case, real estate, right? So, yeah.
How'd you get so smart?
Because, I don't know, you guys teaching me things and life,
Sure.
I guess.
You just got smart vibes.
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
That's my vibe, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take the nerd. Hashtag nerd vibes for me. So it's cool.
Yes, you are a
I don't know
nerd,
if
but
that's
that's a good thing.
I am.
Yeah. But returning to real estate, why is Arizona like the best place to live in?
Okay. So it's the best because it has everything. And especially with all of the individuals moving and families moving from California to here, and Florida to here, and Chicago to here, and Minnesota to here. What's great is that now the city is starting to build up things to do. I mean, there's always stuff to do, but I never thought that I would take my wife to an arcade and some high-speed go-karts, you know, but that's a new thing here because everybody's moving here. And it's just a mass exodus from all these states because of the views, the mountain views, golf course views, you know, and the weather. Right now, what's the date? It's middle of March, right? Middle. And I could be outside in shorts and a t-shirt, or right now I'm in my Realty One Group long thing and some jeans.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think honestly of a way to answer your question, but there's really not too much wrong, if anything, with Arizona. Our winter is 3 months of summer, if that makes sense.
Ooh,
like instead of it being snowy, it's hot.
That sounds actually pretty cool. The weather is definitely one of the highlights on Arizona.
Let me just ask you this, okay? Where can you go and, although it's a professional tournament, where can you go and get totally obliterated and have a blast with people that are 21 to 81? The TPC, the Waste Management Open, right? And then in the same week, you have Barrett Jackson, which you see $1 million cars, $100,000 cars going for auction. But again, it's just like kind of like a big party, right? Well, the big party is literally 2 blocks away from my office. So Arizona is the definition of work hard, play hard. And that's what I love about it.
Like not so many places have a lot of things to do. And I've also heard that Arizona, well, Phoenix and Scottsdale, they have a lot of clubs and a lot of things to do, like restaurants, happy hour places, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, tons of places, and that's all over the valley. Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Phoenix, any city you go to, you're gonna have places that have great happy hours. But there's also pockets of, like you said, clubs. You have everything from nightclubs, which is the whole Old Town Scottsdale area, which is literally like 2 blocks of just nightclubs, you know. And by nightclub, Sally, just so you know what I mean like that to me is nightclub. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have, I mean, yeah, you could go for a nice dinner, you go to a nightclub, you could go watch a band, you could go and listen to jazz music. Lisa and I went one night to a place called Cashmere's and listened to Sinatra era music.
Ooh.
But any city around here has the clubs, and if not, the freeway system out here gets you there in a second.
That is awesome. And I mean, when as you were saying, choosing a house is choosing a lifestyle, right? So, yeah, we do have to take in consideration, like, for example, if I'm purchasing a house, if I'm a home buyer, I need to take in consideration these places because I'm gonna be there frequently. So,
well, you're gonna live there.
Exactly, that's like the lifestyle. But yeah, I mean, taking these places in consideration is like part of choosing a house. What other things do you think that I have to have in consideration when choosing like the perfect home for me?
First off, you need to have the right realtor. And I'm not kidding when I say this, because if you were looking for a house, you'd probably go online, look for something, or if you knew somebody, you'd ask them, right? But what we do that is so different than other realtors is we want to know, like, why you want to move to that city. You know, what is it that's bringing you to that house? Literally, I talk like a 3-year-old child when we're in buyer consultations, because I'm always like, why? Because that's what I want to know. Why does Sally want to move here? I think having a good agent is definitely the best thing. I think getting educated about the process is so important, and being attentive to time, because the deals are time sensitive. You know, I mean, yes, everything in a real estate deal and in life is negotiable, according to me. So times can switch, but the basis of them are the same. And if you're a minute late, you may be out of luck. So I'd definitely say agent education, and for sure, if we're being real, get your shit together.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Because sometimes as first-time home buyers, we're scared to get out of that comfort zone, right? If you have that fear of taking the step of buying a house, what would you advise to me to stop being afraid?
Okay. I would say stop listening to everyone. Honestly, stop listening to everyone and don't go on Zillow. And what I mean by those two things are literally those two things, but also know that you should probably interview some real estate agents, because this is going to be, for most people, the largest purchase that they're going to be attached to for the longest amount of time in their life. And I mean, the only way, in my opinion, that someone like you or anybody going to buy or sell a home is not going to be afraid is if the person that they're working with knows their shit and knows what they're doing. Okay? Like, there's no way, and this is kind of what irks me, is that people will go and list with a friend, right? That's great that you're going to give your friend 6% of your money, number one. But what if they don't have a 9-page listing protocol, you know, that does every single thing? And so it's really important to interview, and to get your fear out of it. Just know that real estate has been the most successful investment, like, throughout the history of real estate time. And yeah, besides in Dubai right now, we're not making much more land. And yeah, I don't think anybody should be afraid if you have the right team behind you. Look at homes, talk to a lender. I would definitely talk to a lender, and make sure you're comfortable with the people that you want to buy with, because you're gonna spend a lot of time with them and have fun, dude. So many people are so stressed out about the home buying situation and the whole process. And that's why we just want to say, hey, listen, we got this process for you, because we want them to just enjoy it, because everybody's scared. When I went to buy my home, I was scared. I was like, is this the right one? Oh, well, here's another one. Here's this. Biggest thing, know your deal makers and deal breakers. Because if you come in and tell me exactly what you want, I know that, okay, most of it's going to be true. But if there's one or two things that you can live like without, okay, that's not a deal breaker. But if you definitely need, let's just say, a pool, and a house doesn't have a pool, peace out, house. And that's what we do with clients. Like, oh, does this meet your deal breaker here? Last weekend, somebody said, no, but we love the entire inside of the house. Okay, but you need a pool. No pool. Of course, they could always like put one in, but it's going to be expensive and out of their budget. So
totally. Yeah. And it's just filtering the options, right? There are so many options out there. So I think it's really important to really know what are your needs and what do you want. But you mentioned that that realtors make this process really stressful sometimes. Why do you think that they make it stressful for people?
Well, honestly, I don't think they try to make it a stressful situation. I think it just happens because they're unorganized. I think they're really unorganized. I mean, I'm not the most organized person in the world. Luckily, we have a whole team and a group and a shared calendar. But knowledge and organization are the two things that could really get you out of this industry quickly. And if you try to sell people, I'm sorry. Like, if you're going to go out there and you're going to, this is a new sales tactic. People are over that. Okay. They want real people. People don't want to be sold. Like, Sally, I think I've told you this before. Like, real estate agents have a lower approval rating than used car salesmen. Okay. This is real estate, right? Let's get real. Well, why? Why do real estate agents have that? Because for years, they've acted like the stigma that is the car salesman. Oh yeah, let's sell you this. Oh, you like this? You don't need a pool. Maybe you want this house that's $5 million instead of the one without a pool for $4 million. No, dude, no. That's not how it should be. Like, everybody needs to understand, like, I don't make a penny unless they're happy. That's literally my life. 100% commission. And how am I going to make any money if other people aren't happy? So I could say knowledge. I could say everything that, you need to know this, you need to do this, just don't be an asshole.
That is so true.
Sorry,
it's amazing, because we need more people like that. We need people that tell the truth and that are transparent. Because it's okay. Everyone wants money.
If you don't want money, I don't know if I really want to talk to you. Because we need that to live. It's like, I don't want air. Like, what?
Exactly. Yeah, but you really do have to put your values first, right? And it applies to real estate as well. So it's really cool that that's our vibe, like, that's one of our values, and that's part of our vibe. And that's
being our authentic selves. That to me is the biggest thing. I feel like that is my vibe, and that is the crux of what I wish to see from everybody in vibe and just in the world. Just like, be yourself, right? So I'm with you. I guess that people need to just be careful of the ones out there, the realtors out there that are really good actors. And that's why I don't act. I'll just tell you straight up, hey, do you hear that noise? There's a very busy street. Does that bother you? Yes or no? Some people, let's just say from New York, it's not going to bother them. Some people that lived on a ranch in some other state, maybe it's going to bother them. Most agents aren't going to point that shit out. I was taught by my father, always point it out. Tell the truth. Do the right thing, and the business will come. And you know what? Screw the business. That's just our vibe. Like, who wants to go through this world being a bad person? You know, or a bad realtor even. That's worse than just being an overall bad person. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
what?
but yeah, I agree. Completely agree. It's part of the values and being a good person, right? So yeah, we've been talking for a little bit, for a second. And just to wrap up this little podcast, this first episode, what you have to say about embracing your vibe. How to embrace your vibe. How you embrace your vibe, Eric.
How do I embrace my vibe?
Yeah.
I got like 9 tattoos. My dog Brody is like literally always with me. And if you couldn't tell, I kind of speak my mind. And by kind of, I mean all the time. And I was very, very fortunate, to be honest with you, not to get like emotional or anything. I have some great parents. You know, I mean, they taught me well. They taught me to be true to everyone, but most importantly, like true to myself. They've supported me, fortunately, in everything that I've done, most everything that I've done. But they're great. And so if you have a good foundation, whether you get it from great parents or you learn it yourself, I think my vibe is that knowledge aspect of it. You know, I am like learning. Like
Nice.
learning people, learning about a house. For example, I know you wanted to wrap this up like 8 times with Sally. I want to know, are you afraid of buying a house? If so, what would make you be afraid?
I am afraid, you know, like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, well, it's a huge investment. I think that people are afraid of what they don't know or what they are ignoring.
You're a
So
genius.
thank you. But yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert in real estate. So I don't know what are the risks. I don't know what are the good things about it. I don't know how to do a lot of stuff. And that's why I'm afraid. So I personally think that being educated or getting the best team possible is what's gonna reduce my fear and increase my confidence in buying a house, you know, and investing. So yeah, I mean those are my thoughts on that.
And to me, that kind of wraps up everything that we've been saying. Really, you just said the best team possible. Okay, so I could say my vibe is this. My vibe is it's never me. It's always we with us. Because if somebody hires any of our agents, anybody with vibe, and you know this firsthand, they're getting all of us. They're getting all of us at once. And so, you know, vibe's vibe is we're here. We're gonna take care of you, all of us. And yeah, embrace that shit.
Yeah.
Embrace that vibe.
Embrace it for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, that's our vibe, and we love what we do. We love our clients. We don't treat them like clients. Of course, they are our clients, but we see them more as friends and people that we care about. So that's a huge part of our vibe and what we do. But yeah, I think this is good for the first episode. And I just wanted to thank you for your time and for all of the people that are listening. What do you have to say to our listeners, Eric?
Call me. No. What do I have to say? I gotta say first, thank you for listening. If you listened or watched this, this is mine and Sally's first time, and she's the brains behind this. So thank you, Sally. And really, what I want to say to everybody out there is, don't be afraid. Okay, like, don't be afraid to buy, sell, this, that. Also, don't be afraid to talk to us, because we've been talking this entire time, and I haven't tried to sell you on anything. So if we call, we just want to know what's new in life, because like you said, we're not transaction. Our business is all relationships, real relationships for real estate. And so my advice is just, again, be you. If we call, let us be us.
That's great. I love that. So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, do like, and comment what was your favorite part of this podcast. And yeah, sending you the best vibes possible. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.
You don't have like an outro? You don't have like any music? No, I'm just kidding.
I did not. This is the first episode.
Yeah, right. Outro. There's like seagulls flying and stuff.
An eagle.
Right. Just, like that goes into the screen. Okay. So yeah, like, subscribe, and everything else Sally said.